Alright, so at the time of scripting this video, the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix was yesterday. Now, whenever this video comes out, I don't know, I hope it's before Abu Dhabi, but anyway, the topic of the video today is, what is wrong with the Jeddah Corniche Circuit? So as far as the weekend goes, I'll say it from the start, it was a pleasant surprise in my opinion. I wasn't expecting that intense qualifying session with Max almost getting a crazy lap, but as we all know, it never happened because he tagged the wall at turn 27 just before the final straight. The race was also crazy, 3 standing starts full of action, incidents and penalties left and right, and the championship could have potentially been decided at some points, particularly when Hamilton and Verstappen collided when Verstappen was supposed to give the position back, which in my opinion did not deserve the extra 10-second penalty after the race. I know it didn't affect the places anymore, but I really don't think it was solely Max's fault. It was definitely more of a communication issue in my opinion, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people also think that. But back to the Jeddah circuit as a whole, I think it's pretty good. The track layout in my opinion worked great for quali and race day, however what is wrong with the track is also what caused the sheer amount of red flags, safety cars and virtual safety cars as we saw. And that problem is safety. Specifically those giant concrete barriers half a meter from the track limits. They are a concern and I'll tell you guys why. So it's no secret that drivers have been quite prone to accidents at the Jeddah Corniche Circuit, and that's fine. It's a fast, flowing, tricky track that's just been driven for the first time. It's quite expected, so just like any track, accidents will happen because this is racing after all, and that's just how racing goes. However, what's not fine is those concrete barriers. You have to remember that not only is this the second longest circuit on the F1 calendar, it's also the second fastest. So just saying that should be enough to make people understand why it may catch some drivers out. But when they are caught out, what happens? That's right, they fly into a concrete barrier with no cushioning. Now, that's not the case for every turn. The most mistaken ones are cushioned, however, this track needs every turn cushioned. Look how close the barriers are. But that's not the biggest problem, at least they do have cushioning at the hardest turns. But these concrete barriers once again cause problems, but this time it's a vision problem. Every single turn is a blind turn, you can't see what's going on ahead of you. The FIA even had to make sure to put in a rule so that you cannot slow down at certain parts of the track due to this. We saw an accident in the race with Nikita Mazepin and George Russell for this reason. George slowed down quickly to avoid a collision and ended up causing a pretty big one because Nikita just could not see. Now I'm glad they're both alright, but see, the problem here is that things could have gone much worse. So what could fix this? Well, coming from someone like me who doesn't know an awful lot about track infrastructure, so do take this with a whole bag of salt, I think there's one major thing that could be done, and that would be to push the barriers back a little bit. Now, I am aware that this is a street circuit and there is water surrounding the track on the outside and on the inside, so that could and probably would make things difficult to change. However, for the sake of safety, I do think that they should at least try, wherever possible, to push the barriers back a little bit, particularly on the inside, as those are generally the ones that block sight. I know that sounds a bit obvious, but I really do think they should look into it, and I think they will because again, the amount of virtual safety cars and red flags for a completely dry track was indeed laughable. I'm not saying that the race was bad, I personally thoroughly enjoyed it, but I'm not too sure people really liked having to stop the race every few minutes for a virtual safety car. So yeah, I do think things will be changed for next year for better safety of the drivers and all-round better racing. I really do think that this track has potential, and if they fix certain things around the track, I do believe it could be a top spot for racing in Formula 1. I was genuinely surprised with the overtaking opportunities on this track and how close Lewis and Max managed to stay together even with dirty air. And considering the fact that the cars won't give off the same turbulent air next season, I think we could see some even better racing then. But yeah, that's about it. Be sure to let me know down in the comments below your opinion of the Jeddah Corniche Circuit. And if you did enjoy this video and would like to see more like it, be sure to gently tap that like button and consider subscribing to help with the growth of this channel. If you did do any of those things, I really do appreciate it. But on that note, thank you for watching. I hope you guys have a great night and I hope to see you next time.